Hello, cocktail lovers! I am Yaroslava, sommelier and wine educator, your guide on this journey through a world of wines, spirits, and cocktails. Today we are discussing the daiquiri, one of the cornerstone of classic cocktails. The daiquiri's homeland is Cuba. No surprise for a rum-based cocktail that has been around for over a century. Grog is the ideological predecessor of the daiquiri, so its grandfather founder is Vice Admiral Edward Vernon, who developed the initial idea of diluting rum with water and lemon juice. He didn't commit to be a bartender, but was simply curbing and controlling drinking among the Royal Navy. You can find a link to the video about Grog in the first comment. The role of creator of this famous cocktail belongs to Jennings Cox. Mr. Cox was an American mining engineer who found himself in Cuba as a result of the Spanish-American War of 1898. The States gained control on Cuba, and Cox used it to work at a mine near Santiago. According to a story by Cox's granddaughter, during a party at his house, he ran out of gin, the guest's favorite drink. Forced to improvise, he found rum, while lemons, mineral water, and sugar were always there in any kitchen. Cox created a cocktail that belongs to the extensive family of sour, the cocktails made from alcohol, fruit juice, and a sweetener. I talk about the history of sours in my video about pisco sour. The link to the video is in the first comment. Cox made the cocktail in a punch style, which means he prepared in one large bowl. So the first daiquiri recipe was created. Over the past century, many variations of this cocktail have appeared. Here is the recipe as written by Cox himself. For 6 persons, juice of 6 lemons, 6 teaspoons of sugar, 6 Bacardi cups of Carta Blanca, 2 small cups of mineral water, plenty of crushed ice, shake well. Cox's guests loved the new cocktail so much when they asked for more and inquired about its name. Cox did not want to name such a delightful creature in the typical Baltile manner like rum sour. Instead, he named it after the nearest beach, Daiquiri. So the cocktail was born. Initially, its advance to the world was slow and quiet. In 1909, the daiquiri made its way to the USA with medical officer Lucille Johnson. During his workshop's call to Cuba, Johnson attended a party at the Cox house and tried the host's new cocktail. He was so pleased with it that he took the recipe and introduced it to the private Army and Navy Club in Baltimore. From the club bar, the daiquiri began to spread across the country. Bartenders experimented with the components, adding and removing bitters, swapping lemon for lime and vice versa, and eventually crystallizing a classic daiquiri recipe, a balanced and elegant combination of rum and fresh lime or lemon juice. Initially, the cocktail was mixed directly in the glass and served over ice cubes. Later, it was mixed in a shaker with ice and served in chilled glasses. The daiquiri became world famous during the Prohibition era in the States. Cuba turned into a pilgrimage destination for Americans exhausted from soberness. Cuban bars was overcrowded, and since the daiquiri was already popular and served everywhere in Cuba, it quickly gained international fame. Famous writers also played a role in the popularization of the daiquiri. Scott Fitzgerald first mentioned it in The Sight of Paradise. Later, Hemingway featured it in his novels. I will discuss Hemingway and the daiquiri in the detail in one of the next episodes, as the great writer not only popularized the cocktail worldwide, but also created one of its variants. The bartender of Havana's famous El Floridata bar, Constantino Ribalai Guavert, also known as El Grande Constante, practically specialized in making daiquiris. He introduced the cocktail to Hemingway and started the era of frozen daiquiri, using crushed ice mixed with rum and fruit juice. This version of the daiquiri quickly became a super popular beach and party drink, with much of its elegance lost in the large varying blenders, the machines used to create this fortified smoothie. Fresh juices and balanced flavors were forgotten. The traditional daiquiri was also mixed with various ingredients, creating numerous variations. For example, bartenders would blend a half of banana or a half an avocado, giving rise to the banana daiquiri and avocado daiquiri respectively, a drink and a snack in one glass. So the daiquiri evolved into an entire family of cocktails. Luckily, in the 1990s, old-fashioned classic returned to the bars, and the simple, elegant daiquiri took its rightful place in the glasses of cocktail lovers. Now let's make a piece of a classic. In the shaker, add ice, 45 ml of white rum, ml of fresh lime juice, 15 ml of simple syrup. Shake well. Strain into chilled cocktail glasses. This one for you, this one for me. This daiquiri is perfect drink for the warm summer evening. Stay with me, subscribe to my channel. Feel free to ask questions and don't hesitate to support me. Saluti!